Alright, hey guys, Kareem here, obviously your district manager. I just figured it'd be a little bit easier to actually make a video for you guys to teach you how to do your mileage logs for the year. Alright, what are mileage logs? Great question, guys. Well, mileage logs are a way to track all the miles that you drive that you can end up filing as expenses. Now, when you actually submit these expenses, what that means is that you can end up getting your paychecks tax-free. Wow, cool, you can get paid tax-free. So the goal is to get this sooner rather than later, and definitely by the end of the month. When you actually complete the entire log, you have to do two things: submit your expenses on MyCWP and actually email them to the office at expenses@collegeworks.com. I will be able to explain everything in more detail in the next few minutes, but just figured a nice introduction would be best. So here's what a mileage log looks like, the CWP version. Up here is where you can change the month. We're in April, and then you can change your name, so Kareem Sahila. You can put all the cities you visited, the description, and the miles that you drove. So on the 3rd, which was the first Friday of April, I went to Franklin, and then on Saturday I went to Medway, and then on Sunday I went to Worcester. Why did I go to these three places? Estimates, estimates, and estimates. Next is where you put your odometer, so your start miles. That's where I ended up starting at 20,263. I drove 187 miles that day. And so you can do the simple formula of start plus miles traveled equals where the odometer stops. So next, on Saturday, I woke up. My odometer start was 20,450. I ended up driving about 150 miles, so similar situation. If you have the formula already set, you can just drag it all the way down and it'll do it for you. And I did end up going somewhere that Saturday night, so personal miles do not count. So when I woke up on Sunday morning, my odometer was at 20,650 miles. And then I ended up driving about 172 miles. It's kind of similar situation. Boom. Now you can do this for the entire month. Total it up at the bottom, so I drove 1,529 miles, and that's what you can submit as an expense at the end of the month. Now save it. Next, you submit all that information onto your MyCWP. Now how do you do that? Well, first you log in, then you go to mycollegeworks.com, and then you go to accounting in the top bar. Next you hit personal expenses, and after that you add expense. Now this expense is mileage, so vehicle mileage. The amount of miles was 1,500 and change. So now I am tax exempt for 914 miles, for $914. I acknowledge that I certify this. This is for the month of April, and then you hit add. I'm not going to do this just yet, just because April isn't over. So once you're done, hit add, and you're good to go as far as the site goes. So that's part 1. Now part 2 is you just go ahead and actually email that log that you just did to expenses@mycollegeworks.com. In the subject, you can put your name, New England, and then the name of the month, April. And you can add mileage as well. You can copy and paste that into the actual body as well, so they can't forget it and they know who it's for. And then you attach the document. So we'll just search it for it real quick. Mileage, and then just make sure you click the right one. So say it's this one, hit open, and then you just send. And once that's sent, and you've submitted your expenses on MyCWP, and then you've sent the email, you're good to go. Make sure you do this every single month, and then you'll get your paychecks tax exempt. Mileage logs are mandatory and are to be submitted every single month. This way, every single time you do get paid, you're not getting taxed on a shit ton of money.